Good people! What if I told you that Stonehenge, yes, that pile of rocks in the middle of nowhere that Instagram influencers love to use for their spiritual awakening posts, wasn't just a random circle of stones? Nope, it's way weirder than that. We're talking about ancient humans, possibly aliens, druids that got way too into cosplay, and maybe even secret cults. Forget what you thought you knew, because we're about to dive headfirst into some of the wildest theories, controversies, and straight up madness surrounding this ancient monument. And trust me, you won't be able to look at Stonehenge the same way ever again. Oh, and while you're here, smash that like button and subscribe, or else Stonehenge might mysteriously appear in your backyard. You've been warned. Alright, let's start with the basics. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument in southern England, made up of a bunch of massive stones arranged in a circle. Sure, the official story is that Stonehenge was constructed between 3000 and 2000 BCE, probably as some kind of religious site or burial ground, but come on. A bunch of Neolithic farmers just woke up one day and decided to play let's move 50-ton stones for fun? Yeah, right. But here's the kicker. No one can agree on what Stonehenge was actually for. Was it a calendar? A UFO landing pad? The world's most depressing theme park? People have been arguing about this for centuries, and the theories just keep getting crazier. And that's where we come in. Alright, buckle up, because we're getting into the juicy stuff here. Ever heard of the Druids? No, not the ones from World of Warcraft. We're talking about the OGs, the ancient Celtic priesthood that supposedly roamed around England before the Romans showed up. Some historians are convinced that these guys built Stonehenge as some kind of ritualistic temple. Now picture this. A bunch of red-headed, bearded dudes in robes chanting around a circle of stones, sacrificing goats and dropping acid. Well, probably not acid, but who knows with these guys? The problem? There's zero actual evidence that the Druids had anything to do with building Stonehenge. The monument was built way before their time as well. But the Druids still get all the credit. Why? Because they're like the Kardashians of ancient history, always showing up at the right time to just get the spotlight. I mean, they show up in every Stonehenge documentary, giving TED Talks on cosmic energy while holding a giant staff. I mean, come on, people. Now, we can't talk about Stonehenge without mentioning the most controversial theory of all, aliens. Yeah, we're going full ancient aliens on you. And you know you love it. Look, it's not like we're saying little green men definitely built Stonehenge. But when's the last time you've seen a bunch of humans just casually move 50-ton stones across the field with no machinery? Now let's talk about Eric von Daniken. This guy loves aliens. He's convinced that extraterrestrials popped by Earth for a weekend, saw some bored humans and decided to help them out by building this rock garden. Maybe the aliens were drunk. Maybe they wanted to leave a Yelp review in the only way they knew how. Either way, von Daniken has built a career out of claiming that aliens built pretty much everything from the pyramids to your grandma's favorite armchair. Oh, and here's the best part. He's not alone. Some UFO enthusiasts say Stonehenge is perfectly aligned with certain star systems, like some kind of intergalactic road sign. If you squint just right, Stonehenge could totally be an alien pit stop on the way to abducting more Earthlings. I mean, why not? Alright, let's pivot from aliens to giants. Yeah, you heard it. Some people believe that Stonehenge was built by actual real-life giants, and not just any giants, biblical giants. According to the medieval writer unfortunately named Geoffrey of Monmouth, the stones were brought to England from Africa by a group of giants. Monmouth wasn't exactly known for his accuracy. This is the same guy who said King Arthur was real, and that Merlin was out doing magic tricks like Gandalf the Grey, but hey, why let the facts get in the way of a great story? What's even wilder, some people say today they still believe in the giant theory. And it's always the same crowd, the ones with tinfoil hats who swear they saw a Bigfoot one time at their cousin's barbecue. But let's entertain this for a second. If giants were real, maybe they got bored of smashing castles and decided to take up stonemasonry as a hobby. We've all picked up strange habits during a pandemic, right? Why not build a Stonehenge? Now let's get into the secret society angle here. Everything weird that ever happened in history somehow involves a secret society, right? Freemasons, the Illuminati, Skull and Bones, it's all connected. Some theorists are convinced that Stonehenge was a secret initiation site for ancient Freemasons. Think about it. Mysterious stones, strange alignments, rituals under the full moon. If that doesn't scream weird old men's club, I don't know what does. Even the Rosicrucians, a secret society that's basically the Illuminati's weird cousin, have claimed that Stonehenge is a portal to another dimension or some nonsense like that. These people love symbols and hidden meanings. I mean, like Gen Z loves TikTok. So of course they're obsessed with Stonehenge. They'll find a way to turn anything into a conspiracy. It's great. Alright, stretch your legs, everybody. If you're loving these wild theories, do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video, because trust me, we've got even crazier facts coming right after this. The Romans. They conquered basically everything in sight, so why not blame them for Stonehenge too? Some historians suggest that maybe the Romans used the site as a temple, or fort, or just another place to throw epic toga parties. Because that's what they did, right? I don't know. But that theory is completely squashed, because by the time the Romans showed up to Britain, Stonehenge was already ancient. So unless they were time travelers, which is another theory we might get into, and they didn't build it. Still, there are people out there who want to give credit to the Roman Empire for everything good in history. So they latch onto Stonehenge like it's the Colosseum's little cousin. Come on, Caesar, we know you were cool, but Stonehenge? Not yours. Okay, let's talk about folks who get really mad when you mention aliens, giants, or secret societies. Enter the Astronomers. According to them, Stonehenge was probably a giant celestial calendar or observatory. The stones align with solstices, equinoxes, and other astronomical events. So maybe ancient people used it to figure out when to plant their crops or have the next outdoor rave under the stars. I don't know. But you know what? That's boring. Where's the drama? Where's the intrigue? Leave it to scientists to suck all the fun out of a mystery. They're out here saying, oh, it's just a glorified sundial, while we're trying to talk about aliens. No thanks, Bill Nye. We'll keep our tinfoil hats on. Thank you very much. Okay, here's the ultimate twist. What if Stonehenge is just the world's oldest tourist trap? Think about it. People have been visiting this site for centuries, snapping selfies or whatever the medieval equivalent was, and asking dumb questions like, how did they move the stones? Maybe it's been a tourist scam from the beginning. The builders might have thought, hey, let's mess with people for the next 5,000 years by setting up some stones in a field. And guess what? It worked. People are still paying good money to stand in front of these rocks and scratch their heads. It's like the ancient equivalent of going to Times Square to see some guy in a dirty Spider-Man costume. At the end of the day, we're probably never going to know the real story behind Stonehenge. Maybe it was built by farmers. Maybe it was Druids. Maybe it was aliens. Or maybe it's just a giant middle finger from history, daring us to keep guessing. And that's the beauty of it. Stonehenge is a mystery wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in a whole bunch of rocks. But one thing's for sure, if you do end up visiting, don't ask the tour guides how they move the stones. They've heard it a million times and they'll probably throw you in a ditch. Just enjoy the mystery, snap a few photos, and move on with your life, knowing that we as a species spent thousands of our years trying to figure out why someone decided to put rocks in a circle. So what's the takeaway? Stonehenge is basically the historical equivalent of that mysterious abandoned couch in your neighborhood. You'll never know how it got there, why it's there, and why no one's moved it. But for some reason, people can't stop talking about it. And maybe that's the magic. Maybe that's why we're still obsessed with this ancient monument. It keeps us guessing, arguing, and let's be real, making up all kinds of crazy theories. In the end, the beauty of Stonehenge isn't just in its stones. It's in its mystery. Whether it was built by aliens, druids, or just a really bored group of Neolithic humans, we'll never know for sure. And honestly, that's what makes it fun. It's a riddle that no one can solve, a puzzle with missing pieces, a cosmic joke that's been keeping us scratching our heads for a millennia. And hey, if you're into this kind of wild ride, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and smash the bell, and you'll be the first to be notified of the next mind-blowing mystery, weird history, and all kinds of outlandish theory that keep your conspiracy-loving uncle awake at night. Thanks for watching, and remember, next time you pass a bunch of rocks, maybe, just maybe, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Alright folks, that's it for today. But before you go, drop a comment below and let me know which theory you're rolling with. Are you team aliens, team giants, or do you think it's all just a massive prank by history itself? Let's get this debate going. And hey, if you've got your own wild theory about Stonehenge, I want to hear it. Bonus points if you make it crazier than anything I just said. Like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. Especially that one friend who's already got a closet full of tinfoil hats. Keep the conversation going, y'all. See you next time.